It's Christmas time! My family is really big on A Christmas Carol, and we always try to watch at least one version of it every year. This year, I decided to do something a little bit crazy and watch all of the versions, at least all the ones that we have, plus one for good measure, and it all comes out to a nice round total of 12, which means I can call this little mini-series 12 Days of A Christmas Carol! Yay! Although I do have a couple personal favorites, these are not done in any particular order, and it's all pretty much just random based on how much time we had at night to watch them. So here goes. The first one that we watched was Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. Look, I have the tape, see? Ah, yes, our VCR still works. Everybody else in my family was very familiar with Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. I think I saw it once, maybe twice when I was really little, but I kind of missed out on the regular watching of it. So this was new for me, but old hat for everybody else. I don't really know much about Mr. Magoo, the character, aside from what I could figure out in the frame story. He's a very short, rich actor who's kind of bumbly. That's all you need to know, I think. Really, the frame story isn't important, and it only takes up a couple of minutes, and then you're into A Christmas Carol, and it's all good. Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol is a lot of people's favorite animated or kids' version of A Christmas Carol, and having seen it, I can totally understand why. The best part of this version is definitely the music. The music is great. It's by Jules Stein with lyrics by Bob Merrill, and it is just so catchy, and there's some famous stuff in here, most notably Tiny Tim singing, let's see if I can get the voice right, with razzleberry dressing. There's these really fun and clever and happy songs, but then there's also this really kind of deep poetic stuff, and the song that Belle sings about lost love, and then the song that young Ebenezer sings, I'm all alone in the world, is so sad, and it gets stuck in your head. You go around the house singing, and you're just like, but it really adds a lot of richness to this otherwise short and not super fancy version. The animation is pretty basic, but it's still creative in its own way. There are some things that are pretty early 60s about it, but it feels timeless, and it is just so much fun. Story-wise, it followed Dickens pretty well, and it had all the basic stuff in there. It really threw me for a loop at first because the Ghost of Christmas Present shows up right after Marley's ghost, and then the Ghost of Christmas Past is afterward, and that was really odd. I was like, did they film this out of sequence? But I figured it must have been done on purpose because the Ghost of Christmas Past leaves Scrooge in tears, and then the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come shows up, and that was a very dramatic moment. So, for whatever reason, they decided to do that. So those are my thoughts on Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. It's a classic, it's fun, it's sad, and I really enjoyed it. Stay tuned for day 2!